Before I start this video, I want to give a quick second to all gentlemen who logged in without cause. This is for my ladies, with an exception to gentlemen who need to hear this advice or information for their daughters or any stand-up parents. Now that I have that cleared up, ladies, I want to firstly start by telling you that if you feel the need to go to the restroom, I want you to pause my video right now and go immediately. Not because you are waiting for my videos to start, not because you are waiting for someone to come in, not because you're waiting for anything. I need you to pause whatever you're doing and go immediately. And if you don't even give yourself that grace and respect, what makes you think your boss or anyone else would? Remember, you are your own example to people of how you want to be treated. Not just your words, but your actions too play a big role when it comes to how people treat you. You know, some people are visual learners, and if you don't show them, then you can't really blame them. My darlings, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, this is Dame Marie France, and in my channel I help you become elegant and I help you become your dream self. So if you're interested in this type of videos, make sure to subscribe, like, and share this video to someone who you think needs to start the elegance journey. Okay, ladies, as I was saying at the beginning of the video, that if you have an immediate need, especially when it comes to your body, you have to pay attention to it immediately, okay? It doesn't necessarily have to be a bathroom need. It can be anything, but the reason why I emphasized on the bathroom was because as a lady, you can get into big trouble while holding your bladder or stuff in the bladder, you know, and you'll be a 29-year-old with a 60-year-old bladder, which is definitely wrong, and you have a lot of risk as you know you grow. And it doesn't have to be focused on the bathroom need. It can be anything. You know, if you're feeling cold, get yourself a jacket. You don't have to wait for Prince Charming to bring you a jacket. Get up and go get yourself a jacket. Like, if you're feeling hungry, okay, go get yourself something to eat. Feed yourself, because you deserve that. It's a luxury that you can afford. It's not like you cannot afford that. You can. You know, as long as you are living and you have energy, you have legs that are moving, hands, you can definitely do that. I apologize for the noise. I have my niece here and she's been vlogging. So we kind of have a little bit of a chaotic scene going on. But as I was saying, that if you have an immediate need, you have to focus on that. As a lady, I advise you to do that immediately. And I want you to prioritize every need of yours that comes to your body. Okay? As a lady, you have to, every week, you have to check yourself. When it comes to your breast, you have to check the sides. There are videos, ladies. It's not spoken about a lot in our community. It's Brooklyn. Mommy, can you come down? It's not spoken a lot in our community, which it should be, but it's not. So I'm taking the responsibility to come down, to come down here and speak to you ladies about this, so you understand that every week you have to actually put some time, a specific day, a specific time, to say that, okay, I'm going to check myself, see if I'm okay. It doesn't always have to be a mental thing. You don't always have to be unstable mentally. Your body can be unstable. Any signs of body and being unstable, we have stuff like lymph nodes. We have stuff like sore muscles, swollen legs. Those are body anxiety that we see being expressed, correct? Like the way people have mental problems and all that. Your body too can have a body problem. And we don't talk about that in our community, which is very wrong. We should actually be emphasizing on those stuff as a lady, because remember, we are a lot different when it comes to a gentleman and a man. There's a lot of difference when it comes to those type of genders, because a man, we need the brain. The man needs the brain. The man enters a room with the brain. But as a lady, you enter the room with the looks. Let's not get it twisted. Your looks is what gets you in the room. It's not because you have a smart brain. The only way we would know that you have a smart brain is once you enter the room, which you cannot enter if you don't look presentable. I'm going to dive into that more into other topics and videos that I will make later on. But this is just to dive a little bit into the whole dynamic of what you have to understand of taking care of your body. Because if your looks is what gets you in the room, and your looks, in your body is not looking stable enough physically, then how do you expect yourself to get in the room? Because there are certain circumstances where you get in the room based on people that have their leg cut. I forgot what they call them. My apologies, but the people that have their legs amputated, yes, that's the word. And people that have abnormal bodies, those people get themselves in the room. That's correct. But then what they get in the room is very different from what you need, because they get pity. That's not what I want you guys to get. There's nothing wrong with all these ladies that got in the room based on that. There's really nothing wrong. I'm just saying that based on the difference between you and them, you are fine. So why would you want to get in the room and get pity? If you're getting pity from a room, especially when you are A-okay, then you're definitely going to get bullied. People are definitely going to walk on top of you. You're definitely going to be the maid. Because firstly, what is wrong with you? So you mean to tell me that you got in this room, people were treating you this way, and you don't even realize that there's something wrong? Okay, I'm just gonna go back to what I was saying. That is just to dive deeper into showing you guys how this all plays out. I love doing that. I love breaking down how this all, how situations go. It's like a fresh air of mine that I just give myself, But as I was saying, ladies, you have to be in good health. You have to be in good shape. And the only way you can do that is if you prioritize yourself. Every week, you sit down, you're like, okay, I'm going to check myself. Am I swollen in a way? Is my breast okay? Okay, I don't have any breast problems. Good. Okay, as a lady, you should check your breast every single week. You don't let any week pass. And the second that you find that there's something wrong, the second that you feel something is wrong, I don't care if you're sure or not sure, the second that something feels abnormal, even if you are incorrect, the second that you think something is abnormal, you know your body well, then you have to go get checked. You have to spend the dime to get checked. Okay, because people actually lose their lives, people lose their health based on that, and some people have lost it based on ignorance because they did not catch it sooner. Okay, and another thing, ladies, is if you get tired, go to sleep. What's stopping you from going to sleep? You're a lady. You shouldn't, as much as, society has normalized you going to work and working a 9 to 5, working as a man, treating yourself in a certain level, being independent. There's nothing wrong, again, with being independent, right? But you are a lady. You are meant to be. You're not meant to work, basically. You're meant to be. You're meant to rest. You're meant to care. Those are your jobs. Those are what you have to do. So if you're tired, which you're definitely going to be, then you're going to stop and you're going to go to sleep. Again, I don't want you to be ignorant, especially if you have 8 kids waiting for you and you're the only one that's taking care of the kids. Then you have to prioritize now. Then you have to have a straight schedule of, okay, this is the time that I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. I sleep at this time, I wake up this time, you're making sure that you're getting your rest regardless. And the only way you can do that is if you're scheduling properly. You can't come here and complain that you're getting 4 hours of sleep, then you have poor level of scheduling things. You have to schedule that. Brooklyn, I'm sorry, I have to go get my Kaylin. Bring Brooklyn here. Brooklyn. Now, when it comes to other factors, I want to dive into what I have on my notes so that we can move on. And another factor is when it comes to a gentleman wanting to help you, I need you ladies to actually leave them be. If a gentleman, mommy, come on. What's going on?
I just was upstairs.
Why are you upstairs alone? Go get your phone and then come sit here. But then you're gonna have to turn the volume just a little bit down, okay? Now, when it comes to a gentleman, ladies, if he wants to help you open the doors, you let him be. I have this thing that I've adapted, that I just don't open my own doors. I've met or have sat down with a lot of high status or high value men that don't let me open my own door. And once I do, they think that I'm angry. They think that there's a problem and they have to fix it immediately, which you should get to that level where if you do something by yourself or you lift your own finger, they have to be scared. That when you reach that level, then you surely know that you have definitely reached that level of putting yourself first. That to a point where someone gets scared of why did you do something that you can clearly do, because you have the capacity to open your own door, but why don't you? It's because you have mastered the art of femininity, you have mastered the art of grace, of okay, yeah, come sit here. Thank you. Yeah, you can sit here. Good. Okay. You have mastered the art of femininity, elegance, of seduction in a good way. We don't talk about bad seduction here. I teach you guys how to use that in a good way, which I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, there's no way that you can use seduction in a good way. It's always in a negative way. That's what people have mostly used it for, but in a lady is basically seduction, That's what I believe. Is no good or bad when it comes to seduction, when it comes to a lady, because you can be fully clothed and a man will still see you and still feel attracted to you. Even after you have done nothing, you've clearly seduced them. So a lady on her own is seduction. That's literally, I feel like that's the definition of seduction. A lady, whether you are clothed, whether you're not, you still are capable of making a man fall. And people have actually normalized seduction to be a bad thing. That's the confusion, when people have normalized it to be a very negative thing. Now, if you guys hear cartoon or something in the background, I cannot control it. I'm sorry. She's gonna start crying, and yeah. But yes, people have normalized seduction to be a bad thing, but it just means that they're normalizing ladies to be a bad thing, which is definitely not normal, because again, as I said, you can be fully clothed in your most modest outfit, fully clothed, and you will still be able to get a man to be attracted to you. We have seen that everywhere. A good example is the ladies that wear the hijab, the Muslim ladies, or the Middle Eastern ladies. They cover their whole bodies, right? They have everything covered. The Indians, they have everything covered, but they still manage to get their man attracted. That is to say that it's not because they did anything, it's because their whole definition is that they're capable of doing that. They mastered the art of femininity. Femininity is seduction on its own. And ladies have to understand that, I'm going to just write it down so that we can dive into that in a different video. So that there is no confusion here. No one comes to my comment section saying, no, seduction is a bad thing. No, then you're saying ladies are a bad thing. Okay? Yeah, stick to your lane. Anyways, yes, what I'm trying to say, ladies, is that if you have a certain need, you have to handle that. It's your job to handle that. But when it comes to a man being present, you let them be. You let them help you. Especially if, this specific man is adamant into doing something for you, like opening the door. You let them be. You let them open. There's nothing wrong with opening the door. Not everyone that opens the door for you likes you. Okay? Let's also stop thinking like that. Because you can go to the most upscale hotel, restaurant, and the people helping outside will help you open the door. What happens then? Does it mean that they like you? No, it's their responsibility to do that. It's how they have been taught. And most of them are men because they understand their role. Their role is to open doors for you so that you walk comfortably, knowing that you are in safe hands, knowing that you are being taken care of. That whole gesture means you are being taken care of. It means you are being appreciated. It means that you're being acknowledged as a lady, that you will not lift a finger, that every step that you take into the hotel or into whatever this place you have come to, it just means that you will be catered to. Your needs will be met. That's the whole gesture of a man opening a door for you. And most men don't understand that. Most men just feel obligated. Most men are not most, that's a wrong word. That's a very wrong, I take it back. That's not all men are like that. I'm not also going to say majority are like that, because I feel like in this whole world, if we're counting to 100, I would say 40% of the men out there are low value. 60% are actually good. Not every lady taught a bad man. No, there are a lot of good ladies that have taught excellence. It doesn't matter if they're white excellence or black excellence. They have taught excellence. It's just that you haven't just found your match. If you found your match, then you're surely gonna get the treatment. And again, as I'm talking about this, it just made me think about something. Just because you have this, you didn't meet your match, doesn't mean the gentleman has to treat you wrong. That's when you know that you have met a dusty and you have met a low caliber man, because they don't treat you right. Because if a true man will treat you right, regardless of whether you are a match or not, you will be met with the same standard as a queen. Now, when it comes to yes, before I jump into the next point that I wanted to get to, I want you to have this mindset that whenever you're with a gentleman in a car, act like your hands are broken. You don't even have to pretend your hands are broken, because then the man understands that you're not going to lift your hands, you're not going to lift your fingers, you just sit. If he gets out of the car, you just sit. He should come down, knock on the window, and be like, hey, open, you put down the window, the windows, and you look at him and be like, okay, what are we doing? And he's obligated to now open the door for you, and that's when you get out. That's the only time you don't smile with them. Most ladies, that's how they get into big trouble, because they smile while saying something serious. That's the most craziest thing I've seen. I don't just smile. Like, it's something that I've seen ladies do when they're talking about something serious and they're smiling. Why are you smiling? You want someone to open the door for you, right? Okay, why are you smiling? Isn't that a serious matter to you? Do you just smile? No, I know some people, like, they have actually bad habits of being laughing in serious matters. You have to actually control that. That means you don't have you don't have come on, I just had this thing in my head. I'm not trying to find the word. You do not anyways, I'm not gonna waste this video trying to find the word, but it just means that you are not you don't have self-control. That is the word. Oh my god, you don't have self-control, because you can be in a funeral and why are you laughing? That's a very serious situation. Even if someone made a joke, I don't think I would laugh. Even if I did, I would probably fake it, or I would just not laugh, because that's a very serious situation. And even if the joke was funny, I don't think I'll be able to laugh, even if I knew the person or not. Regardless, that's a very serious situation. And ladies actually laugh. A lot of them smile and laugh in situations where they don't need to. You show a lot of your teeth. Growing up as an African, especially as a Congolese, I know there are many cultures, I think in Russia, that they speak about this, because I have my best friend, right? She's from one of my best friends. She's from Russia, and she actually talks to me about a lot of feminine attributes that has been taught in her culture growing up. And one of them that we have very similar beliefs to is showing your teeth. In our cultures, we don't show our teeth. As a lady, you cannot be showing your teeth. Not to any lady, not to any guy. You don't just show your teeth. Why, as a lady, are you showing your teeth a lot? All of your teeth. You are smiling a lot. You don't smile, especially to a point where you show all your teeth. When you smile and you know that all your teeth are being shown, you are smiling a lot. You are overgiving. What are you doing? No, stop. I need you to actually stop. And it should stick to your head that you don't show all your teeth. You can smile with your mouth closed. That just puts you in a position where the other party doesn't know if you're actually genuine with your smile or if you're just faking it. You don't just smile. Especially if that's how people use you. That's how many ladies, I keep saying, that's how many ladies get into trouble, because they are smiling. They over smiling. Why do you do that? It's oh my god, it's my niece, actually. I'm so sorry guys, but I have to say this, because I've gotten so many people tell me that my voice is literally like ASMR. My niece was just here vlogging like 2 minutes ago. I think her video is still going. And now she's falling asleep right here. And her video is still going. Yeah. But ladies, what I'm trying to say is that a lot of I'm trying to change my darlings, like y'all's mindset, by saying that you don't have to smile a lot when it comes to a man. Refrain from smiling a lot. Refrain from over giving to a man. If you refrain from showing attachment fast, especially to those of you that are very anxious. try to regulate that, try to sort that out. You don't have to fix it because you can't really fix it, but what you can do is control it. If you can reach to a point where you can control that, you'll be as powerful as a secure person. A secure person is just an anxious person who has found security. That's it. It's a person that has literally regulated their emotions. They're not really secure. They're anxious, but they have learned to become secure, or they have learned to control their emotional cycle, if you understand what I'm trying to say. Is she sleeping? Is her video going on? Her video's going on?
Yeah.
Oh boy. That's crazy. Oh my god. So, ladies, an insecure person is not anything special. It's just an anxious person that has learned to control their emotions, and that's what we all have to do. We're all anxious in something. I've come to understand that sometimes I get anxious when it comes to a certain person or a certain situation. It doesn't mean that I've become, when I say I'm secure, it means that nothing can shake me. No, I'm like you. We're all the same, but it's just different because I learned how to regulate my emotions. I learned not to just be shaken. Then I become secure. But trust me, if something happened to no offense, my mom, I'm gonna be anxious. I have to. That's the most human thing. Being anxious is the most human thing. It's human. You have to be anxious in something, or else you have something. You're not Kyle XY. If you guys know that series, you're not that. So you have to be anxious with something. That's human, or else you have a problem. Okay, we're all anxious. There is nothing. I recently read a comment of a girl, and she was basically telling me how she's been trying to regulate this whole system, and how her environment has become a little hard to do it. How to regulate her emotional system and all that. You can't really change that, because remember, you can't change people's opinions, you can't change people's thoughts. But what you can do is control yours. Because if you can control yours and you become that powerful, mommy, come here. Bring the book. No, bring the book and the pen and come sit here. If you get to be able to control that, then you can read people, or you can just do what I do. It's not because I have this level of intelligence or I studied a lot. Most of the things that I tell you, ladies, it's not because I studied a lot. Yes, I did. I actually did. But then it comes from the fact that I was with I've been, growing up, I was with a lot of people that were not stable, or I was not with a stable, I'm not going to say parent, but a stable adult, because stability doesn't only just come with, last year, what do we say?
Thank you.
We say thank you, girl.
Thank you.
Okay. Stability does not only come with, you have to have a mental disorder. No. If you had a lot of different personas, which you're definitely gonna have growing up, that's instability. You are not stable with a specific parent, so you know how to adapt. You know how to deal with a anxious person, maybe a secure person, maybe a person who's always needy. You know how to handle that because you had all these characters growing up. And when it came to me, I literally lived in all those type of situations. It doesn't mean that I know everything, but it means that I know a lot. To be able to detect that, okay, I'm with this type of person, and I have to, you know, I have to now regulate myself to be able to sit down with them and actually have a conversation. And if you can't, or you are unable to detect a person's persona or character in the 5 seconds to 10 seconds that you are with them, you have a problem. Then you have 2 options right there, and your only options. And I'm telling you this with one heart, because you guys are my ladies, and you deserve to. I feel like it's my responsibility to talk to you ladies about this, because I never really had a figure that would come up to me and talk to me about this. But in what I'm trying to say is that if you're not able to sit down and actually detect someone's personality or character in the 5 to 10 seconds that you're with them, you have a problem, because you have 2 realities that are facing you right now. Either they detected you, now they're going to manipulate you or stop playing games with you, or both of you guys are ignorant. You would rather have someone who is literally manipulating you than someone who's ignorant. I don't like ignorant people, because an ignorant person would let you cross the road while seeing that happen. They would see that a car is literally coming towards you, but then they would zone out, or something would happen, and they would ignore it and let you climb. They would let you go, and you would get hurt. And then they would be like, and you could ask them like, hey, why didn't you say that? And they'll be like, I don't know. Those people where you say, why did you do this, or how, or all that, and they say, I don't know. Ignorant. And it's the most it's one of the personalities that I don't like around me, because those are very dangerous person. That is a very dangerous person next to you, more than a manipulator. Because someone who's manipulating you, we all manipulate, okay? There's no exception. We all do it, okay? We've all manipulated at some point. But in growing up, people have made, again, Kaylin, what's wrong? Come on. Are you still vlogging? Your vlog is still going on, girl. And I'm all over your vlog. Come on, come sit here. Are you sleepy? Do you want to go upstairs? Sure, you can go. Girl. Oh, you can go sleep there and I'll wake you up when I'm done here. Girl, bye. Go sit on the couch. Okay. Now, there's a difference between being a manipulator and just having emotional intelligence. And people have just normalized both of them to being, manipulated. That's why I say that we've all manipulated. No, we've actually, in other terms, we have not all manipulated. We've, all gone through an emotional intelligence situation. That's not manipulation, because manipulators use something and turn it into a bad thing. They just go against, what a good thing is. It's like a lie. A lie is just something that is just the truth that was turned around. That's basically it. And a manipulator is just someone who uses something against you in a bad way. But an emotional intelligence person is gonna know that, okay, they're gonna be able to detect. That's what I do. I detect, most of your moves. And when I do that, you're gonna think I'm manipulating you. But no, I already know that you're gonna say this, so I'm gonna say this. So I already have the script played out right there in front of you. And you're gonna sit here and think that I'm manipulating you. But no, I just read you very well, And what I'm trying to say, ladies, is that So, as I was saying, ladies, is that it's best to have someone who's manipulating you than someone who's ignorant, because you can actually get hurt with a person who's ignorant, because again, they will not know. But a person who's manipulating you, they do know. And a person who's manipulating you could always, change their ways and all that, those things do happen with people who are manipulators. They change. And again, you could use your emotional intelligence to just get ahead of them and work your way and detect that, okay, this person is manipulating, in a sense of, if they're manipulating and you didn't catch that, and you start watching basically maybe my videos or more emotional intelligent videos or ladies with wisdom, then you start to understand that, wait a minute, you're being manipulated. And when you start detecting that, then you can use your emotional intelligence to get back at the manipulator. So you're 5 steps ahead of them, that you can't be manipulated in that sense. But a person is ignorant, regardless of if you're emotional intelligent or not. An ignorant person is going to get you in trouble, because what are you going to do? You can look both ways, and you did not look in the sky, and the ignorant person looked in the sky and saw a plane coming down, and then now here you are doing this, and they're not telling you to go left, and you go this way, and then now plane has hit you, which I know is a very bad scene that I just described right now. But then again, it shows you the degree that a person who's ignorant would go, and then just come back and say, I don't know. Now here you are in trouble. You can't even explain it. Now you look crazy. Now you actually look crazy, because what do you mean you don't know? So you didn't look in the sky? But the ignorant person actually saw it, and they have the image in their head that they saw it, but they don't know why. But you didn't. So now, they can't just go to their head and be like, oh, okay, now you're stuck here trying to explain something that does clearly, it doesn't even make sense, but it does make sense. You clearly, with a person who's ignorant. Kaylin, what's the problem? Your head hurts? And you're tired? Why don't you go sleep, girl? Are you waiting for me? Okay, give me 5 minutes. That's my niece, guys. But yes, you're just dealing with an ignorant person. And if someone is not as emotional intelligent, or they have never really surpassed this situation, then they're gonna think you're crazy. And that's how people get in trouble when it comes to lawyers and all that, the courtroom, because sometimes you're dealing with an ignorant person, and you can't justify that, because the ignorant person is gonna say what they don't know. And when that happens, is you're doomed. But a manipulator, you can detect that. But an ignorant person, you can't prove it. What are you gonna prove? What's there to prove? It's all in their head. Ladies, this is all to say that you have to learn to prioritize yourself. You have to learn to accept people's help. As a lady, you have to. That's one of the traits of a feminine lady, that she could, but she won't. I could perhaps put on my shoes. I mean, my hands are still here with me, thank God. But then I'm gonna let a gentleman put it on. It doesn't mean that I'm making him a slave, but it just means that he's now catering to my needs. And if I feel tired enough that I can do it, surely he can make me happy in that aspect, can't he? And a man that truly is sitting in his masculine is not gonna think that you're making him a dog. Remember, men cater to women. That's their job. They give to you. So you have to remember that. Now, I have my niece that's very sleepy, that even until now she is still vlogging. being asleep. So, and I have my other niece who's clearly sitting here. Brooklyn, come say hi.
Hi.
What are you doing?
Just showing my hand.
Showing your hand. Really cute. She's drawing. It's midnight right now, and we are all gonna go sleep. And I'm here for Thanksgiving. Let me just have a second to say that I'm really grateful for all of you ladies, and for all my ladies that have came from my other channel, for my ladies that has been with me for years. I am really grateful for all of you, the new and the old. You have made my brand, you have made my name something. And I'm grateful to God for giving me all of you ladies, giving me ladies to help with wisdom, knowledge. To all my younger ladies, I'm grateful for all of you giving me the opportunity to help you, because I know there are times where it's hard to let someone in, but when you let someone, especially on the internet, talk to you and give you advice and you take it, it's really something, whether we know each other or not. Now, I am working on my brand, and it's soon gonna be up very, very soon, I hope. I'm working on it with a few team members, and again, the brand is gonna focus on a lot of aspects. But for now, if you have any special questions or you need special attention, you can surely email me or you can text me on my Instagram. I do respond, okay? I do respond, especially to my ladies. I do respond. It doesn't matter how stupid or how important your needs or questions are. I do respond to it. And unless it's an insult, if it's an insult, then I'm not. You should know better than to do that. But then for anyone that has real, whether it's stupid or important questions to ask or needs or advice they need, you can definitely email me or text me on my Instagram. It is a private account, but then you can definitely text me and I'll let you in through that way. And I will be able to help you to my fullest capacity, which I surely know that it's gonna get fixed, because that's what I do. Your problem is not gonna go unresolved regardless of what it is. We're gonna solve it, and that's what I focus on. There's no it will not be solved. It will. Okay, it's gonna be solved and you will be okay. And I hope you all ladies have a very good Thanksgiving. I hope you spend it with family and loved ones. I care for you guys a lot, especially to all my ladies, because I know there are gentlemen that are out here which you also appreciated for what you're doing for your daughters, what you're doing for your kids. It's amazing that you get to sit down and watch these videos. It's breathtaking. To everyone that commented on my voice being ASMR, wow, thank you. It's a very nice thing to hear, actually, that my voice makes people go to sleep. It's a talent. How do I do that? Can I make myself fall asleep? Anyways, yes, now I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. I wish you all a good night. And my nieces, they also wish you guys a good night. I'm actually here with them for Thanksgiving. Brooklyn, do you want to say good night? Come on.
Good night.
Goodbye. Say good night properly.
Good night.
Okay, guys, have a good night, okay? Bye.
Bathroom thing.
Is it a part of the bathroom? Is it a part of your studying? Because I don't even know if you're talking about bathroom breaks or something else. Like, what are you talking about right now? Confused.
We're not talking about bathrooms.
But what are you talking about? So, if you're a boss and you don't even know that you got a bathroom break, like you're for real just talking about bathroom breaks, you don't know.
Oh my god, girl. Okay. Okay, I have to make this. So can we please? Brooklyn, can we please high five? No. Come on. Kaylin.
It doesn't sound good.
It sounds good? You think so? Oh, thank you, mommy. High five. How does it sound, Kaylin?
It sounds good.
You're lying.
I'm not. Well, my voice was in it, so how am I supposed to make it sound good?
Well, your voice sounds good. It's except you don't have the accent. You're always complaining about the accent.
I think it kills like.
Croissant.
Kurso.
Me and Kaylin were hiding, and I was seeing other alien that she died.
Don't mess with me again. Don't mess with me again.
I do not speak like that.
Again. Today we're talking about bathroom breaks again. So,
I do not speak
My
like
mom
that.
to pass out then she come back.
so when your boss gives you a bathroom break again,
I can. Girl, you're stressing. I do not speak like that. Girls, I don't. My girls will tell you that
again.
Again.
Keep saying again instead of again. She said again. She said again, like British. She British.
My didn't keep crying.
Croissant. That's how she says croissant. Croissant. Today we're talking about bathroom breaks.
My
So when your boss gives you a bathroom break, so you don't